How could Jesus forgive sins on the cross? Welcome to our exploration of one of the most profound moments in the Christian faith, the forgiveness granted by Jesus during his crucifixion. This act, encapsulated in a single powerful sentence in Luke 23:34, stirs the depths of theological reflection and personal contemplation. "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing," Jesus declared, even as he endured unspeakable suffering. But how could he forgive sins at such a moment? In this video, we will delve into this poignant question, unraveling its implications for both Christian doctrine and personal growth. To fully grasp the significance of Jesus' act of forgiveness, we need to set the scene of the crucifixion. This event, recorded in all four Gospels, stands as the culmination of Jesus' earthly ministry. It was a time of immense pain and injustice where Jesus, though sinless, was sentenced to death. The crucifixion was not merely an execution, it was meant to be a public humiliation, a display meant to instill fear. Yet amidst the jeers and physical torment, Jesus' response was radically different from that of any ordinary man. Our exploration centers on Luke 23:34. "Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing." These words, uttered by Jesus, echo through the ages, carrying a weight of compassion that is almost incomprehensible in such circumstances. They provide a striking contrast to the dark atmosphere of Golgotha, where the soldiers and onlookers continued their mocking and taunts. Jesus' plea for forgiveness for his persecutors reveals an extraordinary depth of love and mercy. This wasn't a private prayer for his friends or disciples, it was a plea for his very executioners. In a moment when human instinct would dictate anger or despair, Jesus chose forgiveness, exemplifying a love that transcends understanding. It was an act not just of mercy, but of profound authority, showing his unwavering commitment to his mission even in his final moments. To comprehend how Jesus could forgive sins publicly on the cross, we must consider his divine nature and authority. Throughout his ministry, Jesus consistently exercised authority over sin. In the Jewish tradition, forgiveness was something that could only be granted by God through prescribed rituals and sacrifices. However, Jesus frequently forgave sins independently of these rituals, demonstrating his unique relationship with God, the Father, and his inherent authority. Throughout the Gospels, Jesus' teachings and actions emphasize his authority to forgive. In stories such as healing the paralytic, Mark 2:1-12, Jesus forgives sins before performing miraculous healings, underscoring his ultimate dominion over sin and demonstrating that physical healing is merely an outward sign of spiritual renewal. These acts weren't just about physical acts of kindness, they were about restoring broken relationships between humanity and God, highlighting his divine prerogative. Perhaps what makes Jesus' prayer for forgiveness so staggering is the context. It is a plea amid profound personal suffering. Intense physical pain from the crucifixion was compounded by the emotional and spiritual anguish of bearing the sins of the world. Yet, Jesus' first concern was not for himself, but for those inflicting his pain. This act defies normal human inclination towards retribution during suffering, painting a picture of divine love in its purest form. The implications of this moment on the cross are vast. Theologically, Jesus' prayer illustrates the availability of forgiveness to all, even those who directly oppose the divine. It reflects the heart of the gospel message that forgiveness is available irrespective of the severity of transgressions, binding all humanity in a potential relationship with God through Christ's sacrifice. It offers reassurance that divine compassion is profound and all-encompassing. In Christian doctrine, the cross is central to the concepts of atonement and redemption. Jesus' act of forgiveness illuminates these doctrines, embodying the fulfillment of Old Testament prophecies about a Messiah bringing ultimate peace and reconciliation. Forgiveness at the moment of crucifixion exemplifies the climax of Jesus' earthly mission, transforming the instrument of death into a symbol of hope and eternal life. The story of Jesus' forgiveness on the cross extends beyond theological discourse and directly encourages introspection and application in today's world. It challenges us to consider the ways we embody forgiveness in our lives, urging us to transcend grievances and pursue reconciliation even with those who might wrong us. In a world where forgiveness is often seen as weakness, this moment defies that notion, portraying forgiveness as a powerful and essential aspect of human and divine interaction. Understanding this event can deeply influence personal spirituality. By reflecting on Jesus' example, individuals may find new perspectives on addressing conflicts and extending grace. The event becomes a template for navigating personal relationships, emphasizing the strength found in humility, kindness, and forgiveness. It offers a path to emulate, despite the difficulties one may face, fostering peace and healing in personal and communal contexts. As we conclude this exploration of how Jesus could forgive sins on the cross, we affirm the richness of his divine authority and love. His act of forgiveness is not just a moment in history, but a continuing offer of grace to humanity. It reveals a God who is intimately involved in the human plight and offers a way forward through forgiveness and reconciliation. May this understanding inspire us all to reflect on our lives and embrace the profound and challenging invitation to forgive. In closing, Jesus' words from the cross echo through the corridors of time, cementing the transformation of the cross from a symbol of death to one of hope and forgiveness. This potent example encourages believers to live lives marked by forgiveness, compassion, and grace. As you contemplate his words and actions, consider their impact on your life and relationships. The forgiveness extended on the cross is a call to action, inviting each of us to forge paths of peace in a world that greatly needs it. For those interested in deepening their understanding of this topic, we encourage exploring further readings, such as the Gospels and works by renowned theologians that offer insights into these pivotal events. Let this exploration of forgiveness inspire you to delve deeper into the Scriptures and embrace the timeless teachings they hold for all of humanity.